If you hear what I'm about to share with you in this video, you will know how to help your loved ones with psychosis. So, my name's Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia. I've experienced broken cups on my floor. I had nightmares, things playing with my hair, shadows on the wall, all sorts of things. And by the end of this video, you'll theoretically know the signs that your loved one may be experiencing psychosis, or you. So this was the scariest part of my life, and my last psychosis occurred in 2020. And if you don't already know, schizophrenia is a condition where one hallucinates, becomes delusional or paranoid, or sometimes, most of the time, all three. When I was in psychosis, I thought I was communicating with angels and demons, archangels, God. I even thought at one point that I was talking to aliens. And the question that runs through someone's mind who's experiencing this is, what if the voices are real? What if my paranoias are real? What if my delusions are real? And am I really in danger? So the best place to be when you're in this state of mind is the hospital. And you can go in voluntarily and you can leave whenever you want. But the best place to go when you're in this state of mind is the hospital. It's not forever. They'll get you stable and then they'll release you. And yeah, just put your mental health first. And just know that there's many people out there dealing with it. So you're not alone. I deal with it. And I've recovered, and I know you can too. So when I was in the hospital, I spent lots of time reading, and I will also share some of my experiences in the hospital later in this video. The first thing you want to do when your loved one is experiencing psychosis is try to get to their level, reason with them, try and get them some help, and to realize that the hospital is a safe place for people to be who are in this state of mind. I didn't want to go there, but I went, and because of that, I'm better and I'm in the community now. And I know in the future there could be a time where I go back into psychosis, and if I start seeing signs of that, I'll think about going to the hospital. The second thing is talking to a psychiatrist. Talking to a psychiatrist is very important. Be honest with them. Tell them what you're experiencing. Try and explain it, and they should be able to help. So some of the experiences I had in the hospital were people screaming down the corridors, angry behavior, deluded conversations. A lot of people were dealing with their own psychosis, but overall the hospital was filled with great people, and I still talk to some friends that I met in the hospital, and they're like my best friends, and it just helps to know that I'm not alone. And that's why I make these videos, is to help you realize you're not alone. So this made it way easier to accept help. Another thing that I did when I was in psychosis to help me was I put on meditation music in the background, and that seemed to really help. I also drank lots of chamomile tea, and I would watch YouTube videos. I'd watch YouTube videos about other people with schizophrenia, and this helped me relate. It helped calm me down. It helped me feel like I wasn't alone. And this was part of my recovery. And I had to stay away from what people call conspiracy theories. I had to stay away from them, and I had to snap back to the reality that I knew and the reality I was raised in. And once you realize that it's probably your imagination playing tricks on you, that's a sign that you're recovering, and I strongly recommend getting the help. Sorry, I'm just being distracted. But yeah, those videos really helped me a lot, helped me recover, and I still watch some of those videos every now and then if I'm experiencing a rough moment. And a question some people want to know is, I've gotten the treatment, or they're thinking that, so they got the treatment and they're still hearing voices, does that mean there's something wrong? And the answer is no. There's people out there with schizophrenia who have left psychosis, and they're not in psychosis, but they still hallucinate. And that's fine, you'll learn to live with it. And it's not always a sign that you're back in psychosis. Like for me, voices will come back when I'm stressed out, or if I'm excited about something, they can come back. And sometimes a lot of schizophrenia is anxiety, and sometimes paranoia. And so yeah, you can still hallucinate without being in psychosis. Don't panic, don't freak out, just keep an eye on it. And if it comes to a point where it's unbearable, then you should probably seek help. But overall, my quality of life now is a lot better, and the meds have really helped. And I actually spent 6 months in the hospital in 2021 and 22. I went in December 2021, I think, and I came out July 2022. And I could have left at any point in time, but I stayed, because just knowing that I was able to leave if I wanted to, that helped me stay, because I didn't feel trapped. And this allowed me to get the help. And this is why it's better to go into the hospital before you get to a point where they have to keep you involuntarily. But even if you are at that point where you think they're going to admit you involuntarily, the section is only 3 days, sometimes it's a week. But if you get better, which you probably will, I mean, in my opinion, you can break out of this. You got it, man. Like, there's other people dealing with it, and I know you can break out of it. Just seek the help, and you'll eventually get out. I think the average hospital stay is like 2 weeks. So if you're in psychosis and they put you on, and you go into the hospital and they put you on the medication, you'll probably be out in a couple weeks. And if not, you're not in there forever. You're investing in your mental health, and when you get better, they'll release you, and you'll feel 100 times better because you won't be hallucinating as much. You might still hallucinate, it's not the end of the world, but at least you'll feel comfortable in your own skin. And that's what the hospital did for me. There's very good nurses in the hospital that'll take care of you. Of course, some can be kind of rude, but a lot of nurses love their job, and they'll interact with you and help you try and feel better. And a lot of the psychiatrists will help you feel better as well. And yeah, when I was in the hospital in 2022, I actually got diagnosed with autism, and I didn't even know I had that. But sorry, I'm just getting distracted. But yeah, I know a lot more about myself now, and I'm grateful I went, because now I'm doing a lot better. I have a better quality of life, and it's probably the best thing I did. But the worst psychosis in my life was the 2020 psychosis. But I also had a psychosis in 2015 that was pretty bad too. And I spent 9 weeks in the hospital in 2015 involuntarily because I wasn't cooperating. But even then, I got out 9 weeks later. And I'd say the worst psychosis I ever had was in 2020. And I came out of the psychosis and didn't go to the hospital. But a year later, I was still having anxiety from the psychosis, so I went in for 6 months. And when I came out, I was a changed person. And I know you can do it too. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon. My name's Gabriel, and I have what they call schizophrenia. Have a beautiful day.